Welcome to the Christian Life Coach Collective. I'm your host and coach, Laura Malone, and I'm here to help you become the hero of your own story and learn to be a guide to others. Whether you're a life coach in any niche or you want to become one, or you're just listening in so you can self-coach to lead your own life well, this podcast is here to serve you. I'm super excited to walk with you into your calling and help you create a wonderful legacy for your life. So let's jump in to today's episode. Hey friends, I actually sometimes just wish I could talk to you like you're going to talk back to me. Just say, hey, what did you do today? Is the sun shining? Is it raining? Is it cold? I want to know what's happening in your life. And I actually really like to know what you worry about. I really would like to know what you would ask. Like, what do you want to know? You specifically, right where you're at, if you could ask me one question, what would it be? I would love to answer those questions for you. And if you go to the podcast page at sterlingandstonementoring.com, scroll to the bottom and you're going to ask me that question. If I don't know the answer, I will find it. And we'll start getting experts and guests and people who can actually come to speak on different topics that apply to your business, your practice, different niches, ways that you can implement new ideas into your coaching, ways to actually serve you in your life, help you self-coach. You know, I want to help do that. And I want to get the right guests on that actually bring you the best value. So head over there anytime you want. There will always be a place for you to submit questions because I want to actually hear what you want. Or you can just shoot me an email and say like, hey, weather's nice here. Thanks for asking. I hope it's nice where you are. The sun finally came out where I am and I'm loving it. I'm doing this episode and then I'm running outside. So I want to talk about one thing that I do know coaches worry about. And it's that question, this is what I get asked. How do I help anybody with anything? Like, how do I, with my limited knowledge and experience in any area of life, I have lots of experience over here, but how do I help all the people who've never experienced what I've experienced? And how do I help those people in areas I know nothing about? And I want to help you understand from a life coaching perspective, which I do believe is the foundation of coaching. Or let's flip it upside down and say it's the umbrella to all coaching. Because no matter what niche you're in, no matter what kind of coaching you do, everybody is struggling with the things that a life coach helps with. Whether it's fitness, business, finance, relationship, it doesn't matter what kind of coaching, doesn't matter how specific you are, your clients and you yourself have mindset issues, limiting beliefs. You have inability to persevere through hard things alone. You have need of somebody to give you encouragement and help you strategize, right? Like these are the things made of life coaching. So I want to talk about that. And especially when a coach is starting out and not sure about who they're called to help, who they're really wanting to serve, what their niche is. I want you to be set free with your mindset that there is a way, that is really the goal of life coaching, is that it undergirds every area of expertise, every specific topic you want to work with people on. I want to help you, and that's what I'm going to do today is by telling you about my 10 golden goals of life coaching. So these are the goals that you want to keep in mind and make sure you bring to the table as a life coach, as a coach in any session. This is really the foundation of coaching. And if you're not doing these 10 things as a coach, then I wonder, what are you doing, right? So if you're confused about what a life coach does, especially without a specific niche, here it is. I'm going to tell you. I want you to know, and I want you to remember that as a life coach, you have what it takes to help anyone. First of all, recognize their problem and the solution. This is first and foremost, there's a problem, right? It has to be a solution and a problem. This is where we're going. Maybe you don't know it in the first session with a client, but this is what we're digging for. Their problem might look more like a question. It might look like something they need. It doesn't matter how the problem is defined. It is the thing that is unresolved for them. Something they don't currently have, a place they aren't currently in, someone they are not currently being, right? That is the crux of the problem. You help them define it, recognize and define it, and then determine what the solution could be. And ultimately, the solution that you offer is your coaching. The results that they're going to get at the end of session work with you is the solution to their problem. And that's the overcoming. That's everything else we're going to talk about. Number 2, determining and defining goals. As a coach, you get good at determining and defining the goals for your clients. That means you ask them a lot of questions. You know how to extract things for them and from them. And number 3 is aligning with truth to overcome lies and limiting beliefs. This is all of the mindset work that we're doing that helps them recognize true goals versus false goals or expectations other people have put on them that they thought they needed to reach, etc. And anytime that they have a belief system that says, I'm just not smart enough, I'm not good enough, all of these lies, all of the limiting beliefs, as a coach, you learn tools, you go get tools to help align your clients with truth, okay? Number 4 is helping your clients to experience and grow in teachability, flexibility, humility, and grace. This is where their desire to grow is imperative. This is part of their work, is becoming teachable, flexible, humble, and giving themselves grace. And I lump all of these together because I see that they fit really nicely together. They're the same goal. And ultimately, it makes your client coachable that they want to grow in these areas. Number 5 is helping your client commit to intention, attention, focus, and consistency. So we've already determined and defined goals as one of the goals. So we're looking at now intention, attention, focus, and consistency in your client's life. Some people just don't naturally have those things. And as a coach, you have the opportunity to introduce them to your clients. And that is the same for goal number 6. Decision, commitment, discipline, accountability, and follow through. This is, such a powerful energy when you get your clients actually operating with great decision-making skills, actually making commitments to themselves and the people around them, walking in self-discipline and doing the things that they said they would do and being accountable to it, accountable to themselves, to you, to their family, to their friends and work, and actually following through on all of that. Man, when you put these things together, even if your clients just got this out of the work, this is stuff that's going to make the rest of their life roll, right? And on top of that is golden goal number 7, perseverance, endurance, and courage. As their coach, you get to step up to the place where you say, yes, this is hard. This is a challenge. You've never done this before, but I believe you have it within you. I believe all of the things up to this point have led you to this place. I believe you can persevere. I believe you can have endurance you've never experienced before. And I want to remind you to take courage. Let's take brave steps today. As their coach, you get to do that. It doesn't matter what they want to do. Do you see how all of these things, these are like the cruxes of coaching? And it doesn't matter what the goal is. It doesn't matter what their experience is. It doesn't matter what you lack knowledge about. These are the things that as a coach, you want to learn how to help your clients make happen. And golden goal number 8, taking imperfect action to create clarity. Get your clients to take the next right step for them. Maybe you know what it is. Maybe you do the session work to figure it out. Maybe they just literally are blank and go, I don't know, please tell me. And it happens differently with every client, with every coach, every session. Sometimes the client knows what the next right step is, and sometimes you need to offer them some options, because nobody wants to come to a session and just be told, well, you get back to me when you figure out the answer. You're their coach. Do you not have the ability to come up with some options? Do some Googling during the session. Help them out. If they really don't know, throw some, get a drop-down list, right? Tests are so much easier to take when it's multiple choice. So offer them some choices and let them choose which one is the best for them. Maybe they don't know, you don't know, and you just need to say like, hey, let's pick one. Let's just go that direction and see what happens. And that imperfect action gives them clarity that they never had before. That leads to golden goal number 9. That clarity, you use it to create confidence to take more productive action. So after taking action, you get clarity, not beforehand. Clarity doesn't happen before action, and I promise you that if you have any amount of clarity in any area, it's because you've already taken some action. You just might not be seeing that what you've done was action taking. Maybe it was even passive action, not productive. But if you have any amount of clarity, it's because you took action and asked a question. You took action and you Googled something. You took action and you read a book. All of those things are actually action taking. So if you recognize all of the action you've actually taken, then you see that. Put this into context of coaching your client, and you can help them to see that just by booking a session with you, that was action taking. And at the end of this session, they're going to have greater clarity. They're going to know what they want, what they don't want. They're going to know some things about what is and what will be, and they're going to know more about what isn't and what won't be. Like, that is clarity that's helpful. And when you use that clarity and recognize the action that led to this clarity and give language and definition to the clarity, that really helps confidence rise in your client's soul. Like, they go, whoa, I feel good about that. I know something I didn't know, or I recognize now that I knew it. I just didn't know I knew it. And that ups my confidence. And so now I'm ready to take next action and be more productive rather than passive. And finally, golden goal number 10 is you get to help your client remember how important it is to celebrate their victories, every little win, and all of the big ones, and also evaluate their losses, which is really imperative. It's not just about looking at how much we've done that's successful, but it's also about saying what wasn't successful, why, what do we need to tweak so we can make it successful. And we can get rid of the things that don't work. We can get rid of the time and energy wasters and actually make more time for partying, okay, and the celebration. So I'm going to recap this real quick. Number 1, golden goal number 1, recognizing the problem and solution. Golden goal number 2, determining and defining goals. Golden goal number 3, aligning with truth to overcome lies and limiting beliefs. Golden goal number 4, teachability, flexibility, humility, and grace. Golden goal number 5, intention, attention, focus, and consistency. Golden goal number 6, decision, commitment, discipline, accountability, and follow-through. Golden goal number 7, perseverance, endurance, and courage. Golden goal number 8, taking imperfect action to create clarity. Golden goal number 9, using clarity to create confidence to take productive action. And finally, golden goal number 10 is celebrating victories and evaluating losses. This means that everyone wanting to become more mindful about their habits, they don't need you to be the author of the book Atomic Habits. They just need you to help them find the book. Then do these, 10 goals of coaching with them. They need you to personally remind them that they're capable of transformation and encourage them to persevere when they stop caring because life got too hard. This means that anybody looking to get healthy and or fit, they don't need you to tell them what to eat or how to work out. And they don't need you to be the picture of health and fitness either. They need you to help them overcome the obstacles in their internal and external life that's keeping them stuck. They need you to help them commit to themselves by deciding on a health regime, and they research and they make choices that are wise for them. They need to find a place to exercise. They need somebody to guide them in that area, maybe some training or a weight loss. Like somebody at the gym can help them. You encourage them to take brave action and go to the counter and schedule with one of the personal trainers at the gym, right? You don't have to know how to build their muscle and lose weight. You help them do all of the other things that lead them to other people, other resources, other places that are in addition to what you offer. Because those people aren't going to do what you do. And maybe they need to ask people in their life or like their household to help them, keep accountable and support them. And maybe you actually help set up an accountability and support system for them. It also means that anybody, maybe looking to figure out what career path to follow, they can be your client too, even if you're clueless about the industry they're interested in. So you help them overcome limiting beliefs that are holding them back, and you tell them you are capable of making it as far as you dream of making it, regardless. I know you've been believing this. I know your parents told you that, but it's not true. I'm here to tell you it's not true. I'm going to help you overcome that. We're going to have a mindset shift. You're going to experience transformation. And then you show them how to strategize and develop a plan for reaching the salary they desire, or you help them create a business plan for their entrepreneurship. You give them homework and research different business models. If you're not actually a business coach, it doesn't mean you can't help your client research and figure things out. Then you call them higher to go choose an action step, and submit a plan to you in a week. This gets everything out of their head, and they would never have done it without you, their life coach, right? You don't have to know everything. And if you're trying to know everything and be all things to all people before you ever start, can I tell you one, such a powerful, powerful key? Literally 2 words. This is so powerful. Write it down. Get a pen and paper. Stop it. Okay, I'm smiling at you. Stop it. You are not going to get perfect. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a perfect bank account. There will never be a perfect season. You will never know enough, be enough. If you are waiting to be enough, know enough, have enough, do enough, you will always be that person until you stop it. 10 years from now, you will still be the person waiting to be enough, have enough, do enough, know enough. I want you to understand that doesn't change until you decide to stop it. If you don't believe that you're enough and you can to do something now, you will not believe that 10 years from now unless your belief system changes. Circumstances don't change that stuff. You do. You're the powerful blah, 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 blah. You are the powerful character in your life that changes those things. Nobody else transforms you. Okay? Yes, Jesus is the transformation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying all the people and all the circumstances and the world events around you, even I blame the pillow I sleep on at night because it doesn't give me the support I need. Okay, come on, people. It's on you, and you need to take responsibility and get going. And if you are holding back on and playing small in your coaching practice, in your business, waiting to get going because you don't have enough something, you're not enough something, you don't know, you're not doing enough something, then I want you to recognize it for what it is. It's a fear, a limiting belief, excuse, and a crutch. Or it might be one of those, it might be all four. And you need to just take responsibility for it and say, I'm stopping that. Laura said stop it. And that means she's obviously insinuating I can stop it. So stop it. You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to live that way. I promise you, I've experienced it. When I recognize something going on in my life, I can either enable it and I can say, I'm going to keep going, because these are the only things that we do when something's in front of us. We either say, I'm going to keep doing that, or I'm going to stop it. So I encourage you, if it's harming you, if it's not working out, if it's a lie, if it's holding you down, if it's hindering the love of God in your life, if it's hindering truth, stop it. Okay, that's enough momming. Sorry. Let's get back to the end of this. I'm trying to tell you that no matter who you work with, you can help them develop life and leadership skills so they can actually coach and lead themselves, govern themselves when they're not in session with you because of the work they've done with you, because of how you've guided them and what you've taught them. So you can start out your sessions asking what your client wants to work on. Then choose the right tool for that goal. Then you can, create a flow of sessions that you believe are going to help them get from stuck at that problem to unstuck with the solution. And I suggest using these areas, these goals, to actually help anyone. And you support them in finding the answers for themselves. You don't need to be their fitness trainer, their weight loss guru, their financial advisor. You don't have to be an expert in all these things. You're there to help them get, go through 1 to 10 and get results in any area they're looking to get results in. And as you begin to get more interested in specific areas with your clients, and you begin to niche down, you're going to contextualize your coaching more and more and become an expert in getting those specific results. And that's where you can niche down. But you're always going to use these 10 golden goals to get those results and help your clients do a sustainable work beyond your sessions, because that's the goal. Not that they just get a result while they're working with you and they never want to live another day of their lives without you. You want to undergird them and give them what they need to be able to continue their life without you. Trust me. You want them to be able to grow and go. So, I teach all of this, like how to do all of these things inside the Greenhouse Life Coach Training and Certification course. So if you're interested in that, please head to sterlingandstonementoring.com/the greenhouse and check it out. And if you're thinking maybe 2023 is a good year to really walk in your calling as a coach and finally start your online business, take the next, your next right imperfect action steps to start making money while serving God and really being fulfilled, then you're going to want to see what's on the horizon for Black Friday, because I'm making some stuff available on that weekend. So keep listening and subscribe to the SNS Journal to be the first to know about all of that stuff. If you go over to sterlingandstonementoring.com, you can grab the free Life Coach's Mistake Evasion Manual, and that will sign you up for the SNS Journal and keep you up to date about what's going on. The Mistake Evasion Manual gives you over 30 insights about what you do want to do, what you don't want to do, as you walk in this amazing calling as a coach. Setting up your business personally, like your own mindset, your practice, how you do and don't do things, passive versus productive action, some things you think you need to do to have a coaching business, and then the truth. So you're also invited to the Facebook group. That's a bunch of like-directed and life-directed coaches. So you can go to Facebook and just search for Christian Life Coach Collective, or you can click on the link in the show notes. All of it's there in the show notes, the greenhouse, all of that stuff right there in the show notes for you. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this list of 10 golden goals of a life coach, I'm going to put it in the files over in the Christian Life Coach Collective Facebook group. So if you want to be able to print this out along with some other resources I have in there, go join the Christian Life Coach Collective group and get in there with the rest of us, hang out, and, get some good conversations. You can ask questions over there, see what other people are doing, and in the files, there's a few different things in there that you can just print out and have for yourself. All right. So as this season is shifting, I want you to remind yourself that you are called. God has a calling on every person's life. And I think that if you're at this point, you're listening to this podcast, likely you're thinking there's potential that you're called to be a coach. And all I can tell you is that if you're called to something, God equips you. That's who He is. It's what happens. And if He calls you, then He gives you exactly what you need for success in that calling. So here's what I want to tell you. This is the key. Listen, Linda. Okay, ready? Part of preparation for success are these things: false starts, failure, awkwardness, confusion, messiness, no thank you, oh my head, what did I just do? All of those things are actually part of your success journey, okay? If you think success and the entire journey of like God's blessing and favor is on your life, and this is definitely what I'm called to do, looks like easy, no, that's Staples. Go to Staples and hit the easy button. That's not your spiritual walk. It's not your calling. It is not the world around you. Hello, life is great and terrible. And that means walking out your calling, being in process, is going to be great and terrible. And you need both of them. Okay, we're not living in utopia. We're not looking to live in utopia. So that one day we'll all enjoy the lack of terrible on heaven's side, okay? And there are a lot of things involved in this process that don't look fun. But in hindsight, you're going to go, wow, I needed that, okay? You have to lean into God and trust Him in this process because you're capable. You just don't know it yet. But I'm your coach right here. Right here, I'm coaching you and I'm telling you, yes, you are. I'm saying stop it to all the other stuff, and I'm saying go for it on all the stuff you know that you need to go for. So lean into God's belief in you. He knows better, and He has a wider perspective. He knows that all things are possible for you when you believe in Him, and that is exactly what you're invited to do. All right? Okay, great. I got my preach on, got my momming on, a little coaching on. I hope it taught you something. So I'm praying for you. Just know that. I don't know you specifically by name, maybe, but know that there is somebody out there praying for you to specifically be able to follow God's leading in your life and walk in your calling and do it with great faith. I'm praying for that for you. Okay? Have a great day. Hey, thanks for listening. And I would love it if you could leave me a review wherever you listen to this podcast and tell me what you're loving about it. It helps other people who are looking for transformation and change and growth in their lives find me. And if you want to learn about becoming a coach with any of your superpowers, head over to sterlingandstonementoring.com and check out the Greenhouse course. See you there.